So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, from both of the sides.
Crawford, how good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient.
Dimitri Bivol has weighed in on the mega fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and he's picking Crawford to come out on top. In a recent interview, Bivol explained that while Canelo is a powerful and seasoned fighter, Crawford's adaptability, ring IQ, and precision give him a clear edge. According to Bivol, Crawford's ability to switch stances seamlessly and break down opponents methodically over rounds would be a nightmare even for a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Bivol, who previously handed Canelo a rare loss, believes Crawford's speed and technical sharpness could be the key to outboxing the Mexican superstar.
Do you give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. He's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
Who do you think has more power out of the two?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He needs to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard punch.
Dimitri Ball recently admitted that he hasn't actually met Terence Crawford and doesn't know his exact size. "I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford," he confessed, but that hasn't stopped him from admiring the pound-for-pound star. Bivol explained Crawford has very good skills. He quickly realized Crawford's move up in weight is no fluke. He went on to call Crawford one of my favorite fighters, praising his intelligence and adaptability in the ring. As Val put it, Crawford can win this fight.
To be honest, I didn't see, Crawford in real life. I don't know how big he is. But the size, when I came to boxing gym and my coach told me that one of the rules, it's like respect the weight classes, You should respect weight classes. But he has a very good skill. He's one of my favorite fighters, active fighters now.
Showbiz, the adult, a prominent boxing commentator, has revised his
Showbiz, the adult, a prominent boxing commentator, has revised his earlier stance on the showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Initially skeptical about Crawford's chances due to the significant weight disparity, Showbiz now believes that Crawford has a viable path to victory. In a recent video, he acknowledged that Canelo struggles when forced to box, moving backward, a strategy employed by both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Dimitri Bivol to great effect. Showbiz suggests that Crawford can exploit this weakness by utilizing a strong body jab to the belt line, a tactic that could disrupt Canelo's forward momentum and defensive posture. This approach, combining sharp footwork with strategic jabs, could enable Crawford to control the pace and distance of the fight, potentially leading to a decisive win.
Bivol is the fight you got to study if you're Crawford. Crawford ain't Floyd, but he can do a Bivol. The problem is Bivol's a big dude. This is rough because this fight is only a matchup fight. Let me tell you what I mean. I got a lot of fighters Canelo fought at 168 beating Crawford. I got Caleb Plant beating Crawford. I got Berlanga beating Crawford. I got Callum Smith beating Crawford. Just way too huge, of course. But that's why Crawford ain't campaigning at 168. He's trying to beat Canelo because Canelo is a special case. He's one of the best fighters of all time, and he's actually a little guy who ballooned up to 168.
Bivol emphasizes that Crawford's adaptability and ring intelligence are crucial assets. He advises Crawford to employ a strategy of maintaining distance, utilizing his ability to switch stances, and avoiding prolonged exchanges with Canelo. Bivol notes that Canelo tends to relax after throwing hard punches, which can be exploited by an opponent who remains active and elusive. Additionally, Bivol highlights the importance of Crawford acclimating to the power and pressure of the 168 pounds weight class. He stresses that mental preparation is just as vital as physical readiness, as a strong mindset can prevent the body from succumbing to fear or fatigue during the fight. Bivol's advice underscores the need for Crawford to be both physically and mentally prepared to face the challenges posed by Canelo.
First reaction, of course, it was about size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up for 2 weight classes? Yeah, and he has very good skill. he able to win this fight. But there is a lot of but, and even not but, there is a lot of things, small things, which we don't know how he will deal with this. He need to get used to the power and pressure of 168. Maybe he will get used to it, and how he will be feeling himself on the same day when he will fighting, how his training camp will go on, a lot of things. But he's able. He has good skills. He's awkward. He can use two boxing stance. It gives him benefits, of course.
Former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has offered his point of view on the bout, while acknowledging the significant size difference favoring Canelo. Joshua emphasized that the true determinant of victory lies in the fighter's desire and motivation. He stated, "If Crawford is motivated and focused, and if he trains the right way, he could still surprise people." Joshua believes that Crawford's determination and commitment could enable him to overcome the physical advantages of his opponent. This mindset underscores the unpredictable nature of boxing, where heart and willpower can sometimes outweigh sheer size and strength.
Just time check this, it is 7:36 in the morning. Delighted to be joined by Anthony Joshua. We've just witnessed Canelo Alvarez become, for the second time, undisputed champion. Your thoughts on the fight with William Skull?
I think it was a good fight. Made it a bit tricky for Canelo to showcase everything that he has in his arsenal, but he got the job done at the end of the day. Didn't take much punishment and can look forward to having that fight with Crawford now, you know, and a two-time undisputed champion, you know. They don't give them titles out. He's earned it, and credit to him and his team.
As you just said there, the fight for Crawford is now set for September. One of them fantasy fights, I suppose, we didn't really see us getting. We are getting it. There is a weight difference there, but yeah, it's on for September, Crawford and Canelo.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the catchweight stuff, but I feel like there's no rehydration clause, is there? No, so that would be good. And then I feel like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. showed us that weight is good. Like, there are weight categories for a reason, but you know, providing they're both skilled and talented, there's not much difference in weight. It's just who wants to win. And watching that fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank just showcased that weight is all about that. You know, so I'm looking forward to the Crawford and Canelo fight, because I feel like Bud wants to prove a point. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight. He was just over there a second ago, to be fair. Calling him Bud like I know him. But Terence Crawford was just over there, to be fair. So yeah.
Boxing legend Oscar de la Hoya delivered one of the most well-known truths in the sport: a good small man doesn't beat a good big man. He respects Crawford's talent, but thinks the odds are stacked against him. Size, power, and durability usually win out in boxing, and Canelo has all three in abundance.
Canelo Alvarez fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We promoted that fight many years ago. Didn't knock him out, couldn't hurt him. So imagine if Jake Paul can hurt or even wobble Chavez Jr. It's something that Canelo didn't do or couldn't do. So Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., it's a real fight. Look, people keep talking about Jake Paul, well, he's not a real fighter, this and that. Well, he's fighting a real fighter now in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. It's going to be a good test for both guys. Obviously, Jake Paul, he's a masterclass promoter in what he does. He's been doing some great things. I mean, Mike Tyson, 60 million people. Fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who, when he trains, when he gets in shape, when he's focused, he will be dangerous for anybody. Look, Canelo Alvarez fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We promoted that fight many years ago. Didn't knock him out, couldn't hurt him. So imagine if Jake Paul can hurt or even wobble Chavez Jr. It's something that Canelo didn't do or couldn't do. So there's a lot of stories to come out from this, a lot of great stories for Jake Paul. So I just feel honored and proud that we can team up with MVP Promotions, with Jake Paul, and we can make Zurdo Ramirez with Torticos the mandatory. That's going to be a bloodbath in itself, so we're excited.
However, many analysts suggest that Canelo's superior power and reach could overwhelm Crawford, especially considering Crawford's limited experience at higher weight classes. Sanchez points out that Crawford's agility and speed, which have been assets in lighter divisions, might be compromised as he bulks up to meet Canelo at 168 pounds. This adjustment could potentially slow him down, making him more susceptible to Canelo's aggressive style and powerful strikes. Furthermore, some critics argue that despite Crawford's exceptional skills set, the sheer physicality and power of Canelo may be insurmountable. Canelo's ability to absorb punishment and deliver devastating blows, particularly to the body, has been a hallmark of his success in the super middleweight division.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermall Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who faced Canelo in 2016, issued a stark warning to Crawford. Khan admitted he underestimated the weight gap and called Canelo a beast in the ring. Khan said now he understands why weight classes exist.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase Amir with a fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was putting out my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But, yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like... It's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight. So you rather do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah. I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this, that, another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
Teofimo Lopez has offered a candid analysis of the forthcoming super middleweight bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. While acknowledging Crawford's elite skills and adaptability, Lopez emphasizes the significant challenges posed by the size and power disparity. He points out that Crawford has never faced an opponent with Canelo's combination of intelligence, experience, and physical strength, especially at the super middleweight level. Lopez suggests that while Crawford may have early success, Canelo's ability to adapt and impose his physical advantages could lead to a challenging night for the Nebraska native.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got?
Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yep.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down.
Bivol has also acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's punching power, noting that while Canelo is a strong and capable fighter, his power is not as formidable as that of Artur Beter. Bivol has highlighted Beter's exceptional knockout ability, emphasizing that Beter's punches are among the hardest in the sport. In contrast, Bivol has pointed out that Canelo's power is effective, but not as devastating, suggesting that Beter's strength poses a greater challenge in terms of raw power. This comparison underscores the varying styles and attributes of top fighters in the light heavyweight division.
I could compare like with the Canelo, yeah? He put all his energy, all his power on single punch. Yeah, and yeah, maybe single punch sometimes he's harder, Canelo, yeah, than Beter Beef.
No way.
Because Beter Beef didn't do like, yeah, Beter Beef was more like close and compact.
Tight guard.
Yeah. But if you ask them, let's do like 5 punches, better be if every punch will be hard. With Canelo, maybe first hard and then both of them are strong, but Bitter Beef is bigger and he born strong.
Carl Froch recently weighed in on the matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and he has some strong opinions about it. Froch points out that Crawford, who has been known for fighting at lightweight, would face a significant challenge moving up 3 weight divisions. He believes it's a big issue for Crawford, noting that the jump from lightweight to super middleweight isn't just about fighting a bigger opponent, but dealing with a considerable size difference. 3 weight divisions, 2 or
3 weight divisions, 2 or 3 weight divisions. For me, it's a big issue. He's not a bigger man. I mean, he's 37 years old. Canelo's 35. They're both sort of at the end of their careers. Crawford, I'm not going to say he's old, so that's going to be a major problem, because as you're older, you do want to step up the weight divisions because it's harder to take weight off. Neither of these guys are taking weight off, so that's not an issue. But there's no rehydration clause, and the issue with that is, for me, is the fact that Canelo can weigh whatever he wants the next day. So he's going to get down to 168 pounds super middle, and he's probably going to be getting in the ring way over 175 pounds at the light heavyweight limit. He'll be up at, like, in English money, it's going to be up at like 14, maybe towards 14 stone. And there's no way that Terence Crawford's going to be that heavy. He's going to be coming up to 168, and he'll only be a few pounds over that.
Teddy Atlas has provided a compelling perspective on the bout between Crawford and Canelo, highlighting the enduring question in boxing: can a smaller, more skilled fighter overcome a larger, more powerful opponent? Atlas suggests that Crawford's agility, intelligence, and adaptability could be decisive factors in this matchup, drawing parallels to historical instances where smaller fighters triumphed over bigger adversaries. Atlas emphasizes Crawford's unique abilities, such as his exceptional timing and ring IQ. He believes these factors could enable Crawford to outmaneuver Canelo despite the size disparity. Atlas likens this scenario to the 2008 fight between Manny Pacquiao and Oscar De La Hoya, where Pacquiao's speed and strategy overcame De La Hoya's size and strength. He posits that Crawford's versatility and craftiness might allow him to replicate such an upset.
We believe we had the Crawford. It looked like we had the Crawford. We were talking about that. Can a really great small guy beat a really good big guy? You know, we were getting into that mind frame again. Some people were saying, oh, Canelo's too big, forget it. But we were getting into the right mind frame, the right, with this great sweet science, with this sport that goes back longer than any other sport in the world, where catch weights used to be in the 20s to 30. Little guys beat big guys, and it wasn't that unusual. So we were starting to get into that frame of thinking. Okay, can this great guy Crawford, can he, instead of looking at it as a disadvantage that Canelo is so big, can we look at it that maybe he'll be too smart, too slick, too quick, you know what I mean? Too special in those areas, not to allow Canelo to use his size and his counterpunching and everything else. And that's what the sweet science is about. You know, it's not supposed to be just about, letting a bull run out into the bull ring and then wait until the matador puts a spear in. It's supposed to be about the bull actually having a chance to outslick the matador, which don't happen too often. So now we were starting to get into interesting grounds. Okay, people were buying into it, yeah.
Despite the warnings, Crawford remains confident. He has publicly stated that he's faced opponents bigger than Canelo before and believes his superior skills would prevail. According to Crawford, Canelo's main advantage is size, not technique. But this self-belief is what makes Crawford special to many fans. He's never ducked a challenge and always backs himself to find a way to win. However, as many experts argue, facing Canelo at 168 pounds may be a completely different beast.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't diss.
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev
We have
was
to respect the
older.
power of
And
Canelo.
he does.
Billy
He
Joe.
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Who do you think has the edge in this epic showdown, Canelo's power or Crawford's skill? Drop your thoughts below.